Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a karmic relationship reading. And so this is going to be for those of you that are in twin flame connections, but your twin flame is in another relationship. So they're either just in a connection, they are in a marriage perhaps, but whatever it is, you just basically want to know what's going on with their connection. And these are some things that, this isn't going to be all based on the negative aspects. We are going to tap into some positive things that you can take from this whole experience and just what you're supposed to be learning and why you are, even in this type of a triangle. Some of you may not be actively in this triangle. Some of you may be. I'm definitely not here to, promote or to say anything positive or negative either way. It's just sometimes these circumstances put us in certain situations and sometimes it just happens. So let's go ahead and jump right into this reading. I'm going to be using decks that are just all right here, so I'll let you guys know what I'm using as I'm using them. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap into the energies of your twin flame and their karmic partnership, and just basically what kinds of things are taking place in that relationship, and what lessons are to be learned and to hopefully conquered within their dynamic. It's what they're currently experiencing. So this right here is called what is this called? The Arcanum Tarot? Yeah, the Arcanum Tarot. I just put these things over here. This right here is called Mixed Emotions cards. I got these off of Amazon. And I got a parrot. Well, I don't have a parrot, but the next door neighbors have a parrot, and it's out on its perch, so you guys might hear it in the background. Okay, what do we got going on here? Okay, so we have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And I'm going to have to close the window. Sorry. God, he's so loud. All right. So, Two of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Wands. I'm getting here that whatever's happening here, there is some sort of a disconnect. Two of Cups in the reverse position, when we're talking about a relationship between two people, when it's reversed, it really isn't a good sign because it just means that there's some sort of disconnect. Two people aren't seeing eye to eye. The love is just kind of pouring out of the situation. People are just not feeling the best. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Now, the Seven of Wands in the upright position means that we're really defending something. We're really fighting for something. But when it's in the reverse, it just means that we're kind of giving up. We're kind of not fighting for something anymore. So if some of you are wondering what's going on in the connection between your twin flame and another person, it kind of seems to me like there's some kind of a disconnect between the two of them, that something just isn't really going well, that people aren't really fighting to keep things going, keeping things together. All right, so let's go ahead and get another energy here. Yeah, it's something that's become very overwhelming for someone. Somebody just feels too overwhelmed. They feel swamped. They feel, what does this say? Burdened. This is like a Ten of Wands energy. They just feel maybe like it's just too much. It's too much trouble. It's just there's too much going on. They just feel overwhelmed by this connection. They might feel overwhelmed by somebody's emotions, somebody's issues, somebody's circumstances, baggage, whatever it is, but somebody doesn't want to fight for something anymore. So this isn't by any means predicting that people are breaking up, okay? But we're taking a look at the dynamics of the person that you're watching this video for. All may not be well in paradise. And maybe this is a reading that you needed to see that something is just not really as it seems. So people may, as usual, people will go on social media and promote their relationship as being just so wonderful and so happy and heavenly, but really on the inside things aren't that great. And I'm not saying that's for everybody out there that does that, but sometimes people will put a lot more out there because they're overcompensating for something, and so that could be what is going on here. Somebody may be posting that everything's great and the other person is not feeling that way, so something's happening here within your person's current energy. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at some reasons why they came together. Okay, why come together? What were they supposed to learn? What were they supposed to experience to learn, the karmic lesson, whatever that may be. This right here is called the Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. What were they supposed to come together and do and learn? What was the point? Well, the Three of Wands is an energy here of basically trying something out, putting something into motion. Will it pay off? Is it something that's going to pay off? Is it going to work? So I'm just getting here that they were meant to come together to try it out, see how it went, see how it worked. Is it something that we're going to invest in? Is it something that, is going to pay off in the end? As we can see, there's something that's just not happening. Yeah, we have cynicism. It could be that somebody's cynicism, as in somebody just doesn't believe that this is something that's going to work. It could be the cynicism of the other person's behavior. Maybe somebody is quite negative. Maybe somebody is very jealous and overbearing. Maybe somebody is just too insecure, and it just really puts a damper on this connection. So something that we thought was promising, it's just not turning out to be that way. Somebody's too cynical. Somebody's too cynical to make something work. Now, it could be the person that you're watching this video for. Maybe they tried to work things out with you and it didn't work, and so they went into another relationship, and now things aren't working out in that relationship either. And it could just be their own behavior. No matter where they go and what they do and who they do it with, things are going to turn out to be the same because maybe there's something going on with them. That could be for some of you out there. But it could be that the person that they're watching this, or the person that you're watching this video for, the person that they connected with, maybe they're too cynical, or the person has just decided, you know what, this just isn't something that I want to continue to invest in. What I thought I saw, the potential future of what I saw out on the horizon for us, the dream that I may have had with you, I'm just not seeing it anymore. I don't see how it can work. So something is not working anymore for those of you that are resonating with these messages. The person, your twin flame, the partnership that they're currently in, something is just not gelling. Okay? Something's not gelling. So why don't we go ahead and take a look and see how your twin flame is feeling towards you. Okay? How are they feeling towards you currently? What is their energy connected with you? This right here is called the Thelema Tarot. And let's see what kind of shadows come up, how they might be triggered. All right, what fears may be coming up for them when it comes to your connection. Because obviously they're in another relationship. So they're either that relationship, as in being involved in it, is holding them back, or there could be some sort of fear that they're dealing with that's holding them back. So we're going to take a look and see for these twin flame shadows cards what that might be. Okay, Page of Cups. So it's in the reverse though. Page of Cups in the reverse just means that this person, your twin flame, may not feel like they are able to provide for you what you're looking for. It could also be an indication too that they just don't feel mature enough. And usually that's not the way it works. People don't not feel mature enough. They just aren't. They probably don't realize it. But there might be something that you're wanting from them that they can't give to you at this present time, okay? They might also view you as somebody who that just really needs something from them. And they, again, that's too much. It's like an energy that they feel like they don't want to be overwhelmed by that energy. So they might not be happy with the partner that they're with. And they might know that they need to end that connection, and maybe you're perhaps waiting for them and they know it, and they might feel that expectation. That's for some of you out there watching this video, not for everyone. And I have a Five of Wands. I'm also getting too, with the Five of Wands being in the reverse position, this is an indication here that any kind of conflict that you guys were dealing with or feeling, this is kind of coming to a close. They don't want to fight with you. They don't want to argue with you. They don't want to fight with you. So if they stop talking to you, that's why. They just didn't want to fight anymore. It could be that they knew that they were getting you very emotional, and they just couldn't handle the emotions. They couldn't handle the sadness or the upset that they knew that they were putting you through. So some of you could have been ghosted. Some of you could have just, they stopped talking to you, or they're just distancing themselves right now. And that's the reason why, is because they know that you have emotions. They know that you're upset. They know that you're hurt waiting on them. And so they're just not wanting to deal with the conversations. They're not wanting to deal with how they're making you feel, or how they're causing you, I should say, to feel at this time. Yeah, see, with the devil. And the reason why is because of their own addictions. It's because of their attachment to their person. The fear, the karmic cycle, the karmic relationship. To me, that's what the devil is. The devil is the lovers, but in darkness. And so this is a karmic relationship. So how they're feeling towards you right now is that they cannot give to you what you need. They know that they have upset you, the Page of Cups. They're not being able to offer you or to nurture you in this connection. So they can't offer to you what you're looking for. They might see you as somebody who needs something from them. So that may also put them at a dis-ease. So we've got the Five of Wands, which means it's probably easier for us to either not talk, or if I'm distancing myself, that's the reason why, because I can't handle the pressure. The devil is, I know I need to disconnect. I know that this relationship that I'm currently in is not good for me, but I'm having a hard time disconnecting from it, even though I'm not happy. And we can see that this person is not happy in this relationship. It's still difficult for them to disconnect from it. It may be that they just still have some karmic lessons to learn, or that a partner is codependent on the other partner. And even though they don't want to be with that partner, codependency can override all of it. So very interesting. So what shadows are coming through? And what I just got for some of them, and this is if you are dealing with them and you're not in separation, and that they're seeing you and they're with the spouse or the girlfriend still, and they're seeing you on the side. I'm just getting that their own need to just, their own desires are getting the best of them. Their own desires are outweighing integrity and doing what's right. So they're in the devil's energy with you, and that really sucks because no one wins at that energy. The person that they're with and you, and even them, nobody wins because people are not acting with integrity. So somebody is choosing to go with how they feel with their desires. It's like they're addicted to the feeling. They can't stop. They don't want to stop. They're overindulging. And when someone's overindulging, they're not thinking about other people's feelings, really. They're thinking about their desires. So that's also an energy that's coming through this reading for some of you out there watching this video. See, we have dependent. But I'm really more apt to say that the energy of the Page of Cups being in the reverse means that, yes, it means I'm not able to give to you, but there could be somebody out there watching this video where you're very dependent. You need this person. They know that you need them. They feel your dependency. They feel this energy with you where they just are trying to, there's too many expectations. There's too much pressure. They don't want to leave this situation for you now to become dependent upon them. So there could be something kind of fear that's holding them back as well. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but it could resonate with somebody out there. But the dependent energy could also be connected to the karmic relationship. They have dependence. They have children. They fear to leave those children behind. Yeah, so they're in robotic mode. You're dealing with somebody that just basically is going through the motions. They're going through the motions. They might be robotic with you now. They might be cold and distant with you now. And that is because they are trying to get out or figure out some sort of a situation that they are currently stuck in. Now, some of them are okay to be stuck. Some of them are in too much fear and they're too much in their ego to disconnect from either the relationship that they're currently in and you, or one or the other. There could be a very selfish energy, somebody who's very lost in the dark right now. So they're very robotic. They're in survival mode. They're doing what works for them, or they're just going through the motions because it's what they have to do in order to get through the day. Yeah, somebody's secondary. And that's the thing. This is coming through, and I've got to say this, you guys, and I know this is going to sting, but you're secondary. You're not first. Their relationship with this person is first. You're second. So you have to realize But at the end of the day, the person that they're with, they're not leaving right now. They're choosing to stay with that person. Now, if you're dealing with somebody who's with somebody and they don't have kids and there's no legal marriage, they're just in a relationship, I am sorry, there's absolutely no excuse. I don't give a shit. There's no excuse. And I'm not saying that people that are married with children, that there's an excuse, but there's a little bit more understanding to me, okay? Because with marriage, you have legalities, you have children, you have court orders and child support and assets to divide, okay? That makes a little bit more sense. I'm not saying it makes it okay, but there's a reason why there's something, their other relationship is going to take precedence over your connection. It doesn't mean that they care more for the other person than they care for you. That's not the issue here. But at the end of the day, you're second. If you want to compare apples to apples, their relationship is here and you're here. Now, it doesn't make you an idiot. It doesn't make you less worthy. None of that. That's not what I'm saying here. And that's not what the message is. But the message is, if you're waiting for somebody to leave somebody and you're in the third party is not them. The third party, it's not the other person. It's you. You're the person that doesn't belong in the triangle. Okay? You're the person that's second. They're putting their other relationship first. They're putting their children first. They're putting their assets first. They're putting their person first over you. So at some point, you have to be logical as well to say, I'm not going to be anybody's second. I'm not going to sit around and wait. Okay? You can be understanding that your partner, your twin flame, is in a learning cycle. They're in a karmic situation where they're learning something and maybe they just haven't learned that lesson yet and they need more time. But if you are sitting on the sidelines and you are participating in this devil's energy where you are enabling this person not to grow, not to have to choose or change or shift their behavior, you are adding to this very low vibrational energy. So you definitely don't want to do that. You don't want to be second and dabble in the devil's energy. So if you are doing that, if you're watching this video and you've been doing that, you're actually doing your connection a disservice. You might be blaming the other person. It's their fault that this is happening. And I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. But if you're playing second and you're in that devil's energy, it's no good. Okay? So if somebody is distancing themselves, your twin flame, somebody is kind of like cutting you off and basically being a little cold and distant, let them accept this right now, because what I'm seeing here is that it's better than being in the devil's energy and playing second. Put yourself first. Focus on you. Maybe this person will start to shift in that area too, to choose themselves and to do things that make them happy. And if you're a part of that, then they may choose you down the line, but you can't make them see. You can't make them choose you. You have to choose yourself first. And that's just what I'm getting. So some of them may be cutting you off or choosing not to deal with you because you have become dependent upon them. You need something from them and it's overwhelming to them and they don't want to deal with it. So make sure that you're not that person. That's just what I'm getting here, because this is all the energy of how this person feels towards you currently, and it's not the greatest, you guys. Doesn't mean this person doesn't care for you, but it's not in the most positive light right now. So if you want to shift that, don't be second. Be number one. Take care of you. Choose you first. Make this person choose you. Don't be second. Okay? Yes, I understand it's your divine masculine or your divine feminine, and some people feel like they have to deal with certain shit. And that's a whole other video. I'm not even going to get into that. But nobody should ever be second. So why don't we go ahead and see, for the person watching this video, what Spirit wants you to surrender or surrender to at this particular time when it comes to this connection. They want you to surrender your obsessive thinking about the connection. It says if you are obsessing about a person or situation, you need to turn the dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So you obsessively thinking about maybe their connection, this connection, their karmic connection, or your relationship with your twin flame, this is actually going to just cause more of a divide. So they're telling you to surrender your obsessive thinking about this situation to spirit, allow them to intervene to help to bring in the light. So what is this light? What are the things that you can concentrate on? What's the light that spirit wants you to concentrate on when it comes to this connection and when it comes to everybody involved? That includes the karmic partner, you guys. And I know some of you don't want to hear that. You want to continue to hate the karmic partner, blame the karmic partner, hold the karmic partner accountable for everything. And that will just keep you stuck. Commitment. This is the deal. You have to honor somebody else's commitment. I know that some of you are not going to want to hear that, but he's my twin flame. She's my twin flame. I have a right. You know, I'm not going to sit here and talk about rights and wrongs. I don't really believe in that right or wrong. I just believe in integrity. I believe you want to treat others how you want to be treated. So, you know, that doesn't always happen, of course, but, you know, we all have to act with integrity. So the thing is that you cannot expect your twin flame, somebody that you're hoping to be in a commitment with later on, perhaps, maybe after they're out of this connection, you cannot expect them to treat you with respect and to choose you first and to, you know, treat you and act with integrity and be faithful if they cannot do that with their current situation. So you definitely have to think about that. You have to think about what you're wanting, what you're displaying, the kinds of behaviors that you're allowing or allowing them to display to you. Are these the type of behaviors that you want in your future? Not really. And so it's best to act with integrity and to honor people's commitment and let them figure it out and allow them to figure their situation out. And if they don't, you know, then you've got decisions to make. But people have made a commitment, especially if they've made a vow, a marital vow. You know, there's religions and all kinds of beliefs that people have that also tie into this as well, as in some people feel like they can't divorce for certain reasons. So that's also something to consider, is that certain people made certain commitments, and some commitments people are really locked into in their minds and feel like they can't change. So that's also something that you've got to think about too, is that, are you dealing with somebody that feels like they can't disconnect for that reason? What are you going to do? You know, are you always going to be the secondary? Are you always going to be the person on the sidelines waiting for this person to figure it out, waiting for them to leave, waiting for them to wait for the kids to be old enough, or whatever the situation is? So there's something about a commitment here that Spirit is saying it's best and it's healing, which is why this card is green. It's healing to, instead of obsessively thinking about how it's going to end, it's almost honoring the commitment that they're in. Let them honor the commitment. Let them be honorable in their commitment. Allow them to do the honorable thing. Allow your twin flame to honor their commitment for a change, rather than tell you how unhappy they are, rather than tell you how their, you know, their person, their wife or their husband is just so horrible, and, you know, if only they could just escape and all this other stuff. Allow them to honor the commitment that they made, as in deal with the commitment, as in get out of the commitment in a proper way. Allow them to do the right thing in their commitment. Allow them to act with integrity. We have risk. Exactly. They have to, some of you are dealing with somebody that is afraid. They don't want to take a risk. It's too risky to leave. It's too risky to leave the situation, or I'm afraid to leave the situation for some reason. I'm not happy. I don't really want to be in it anymore, but I'm afraid. It's too risky. I stand to lose too much. Again, you know, you have to realize that you're dealing with somebody who you want them to take a risk. Here you are, you're waiting, they're right in the middle. You're kind of like, you know, come on, you can do it, right? You can do it. But it has to be their decision. You can't make them, you can't will it. You can't obsessively think about it and hope that it will change things. So what I'm getting here from this lineup, and, you know, what are the blessings that you can take and what you can learn from this whole situation, and the light that you can see in the situation that would be healing for everybody, is to realize that people are in their own commitment. They have to honor their commitment. They have to do the honorable thing in their commitment, which is they have to choose to take a risk. They have to choose to leave this situation on their own. Okay. So this is an energy here of just letting this person do what they need to do and trying to remove yourself. And I'm not saying like you have to stop talking to them or, if you guys are friends, stop the friendship, even though for some of you that may be what you need to do. But I'm getting that healing is to respect what has already been put in place before you came along or after you came along. Respect the choices that people made. Respect that they need to become strong and they need to basically take a risk on their own and to be a big kid and to do the work on their own. You'll be waiting for them. And again, this is not the message to wait for this person to change. But if you're over here waiting, that's really all you can do. You can't do the work for them. You can't make them grow. You can't make them see. And obsessively staying attached or connected to this whole situation may only be keeping you down. So what would be really healing is to just, try to encourage them with your own energy. If you want to inspire change in others, you change yourself. So if you're afraid to let them go, yet you want them to let that other person go that they're afraid of letting go, do you see how that doesn't work? Somebody has to be strong. Somebody has to be willing to take a risk first. This is also an energy here of two people are married and two people are, waiting for the other person to leave the other person. It's about, we can't have two people that are in two situations and you're seeing each other in secret, but one person leaves the other and the other person doesn't leave. I hear that a lot. And it's kind of like, we can't expect somebody to take a risk if we're not willing to take that risk. So if you're a person that's waiting for somebody to leave a connection, yet you're not willing to leave yours and you're not doing it for anybody. I'm not giving suggestions here or telling you that these are the messages that are coming through to leave your current partner if you want your partner to leave their partner. No. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of energy that you want to match. You want somebody to match your vibration and match your energy. But sometimes a lot of us will sit in fear and stay stuck in fear, yet we expect other people to change, but we're not doing it ourselves. So it's kind of like it's like a lose-lose. So the next cards that we're going to go into is called the Mind Body Makeover cards. So surrender obsessive thinking and really just honor the commitment and allow people to grow and change at their own pace. What else? If I don't have the upper hand in a relationship, I can get hurt. Okay. So this is an energy here of a little bit of a negative shadow that may come up when it comes to, this relationship. So what Spirit is saying is instead of being in this energy where you don't have control of this relationship, that you don't have the upper hand of this relationship, this is how they want you to view it. Through passion and compassion, all my relationships are truly mutual. We all share a balance of power and vulnerability. So do you see how there's a connective message here? You, your twin flame, and the karmic partner are all in this together. You guys are all connected. So this is another way to think of the relationship and the energy. Everybody is connected here. Everybody is growing. Everybody is learning something here. So it's through your compassion for the other individual where whatever they're feeling and whatever they're going through, it's about being compassionate for their feelings too and how they must be feeling. Okay. We usually only get one side of the story, you guys. So if you're dealing with a twin flame who's telling you all of this stuff that their person does and how they are, you're only getting their interpretation. You really don't know unless you talk to the other person what's going on. You may make your own assumptions by what other people say or what you think you know is going on. But really try to see things through the eyes of the other person and how things might be really difficult and tough for them. Maybe your twin flame is not being 100% honest with them, and so they don't know how to feel about a situation. So we always have to take everybody's not necessarily feelings, but perspectives into consideration to see the bigger picture, that we're not the only one involved in this situation. It's a lot more than just you and your twin flame. It's also their partner, and it's their partner with their lives or their children and the lives that they've built and the promises and the vows and the commitments that they've made. So there's all these things to consider and to think about. So the reason I brought this up is because sometimes when we take the time to be compassionate rather than blaming, it can be healing for us. It can be a healing energy for us to see that not all is just horrible. Not all people are horrible. Not all people are operating out of a negative, bad place. Maybe they're afraid to lose what they've built up with your twin flame. So sometimes when we see things from that perspective, it makes it not necessarily easier, but it lifts some of the heaviness that we might feel towards the other person. So if you're busy hating on this karmic partner and you expect your twin flame to let go and to heal and to become strong, you're promoting heaviness, you're promoting blame, you're promoting fear, you're promoting hate. And all that's going to do is just going to keep everybody stuck. So I do see that there's an energy here of encouragement, encouraging your twin flame that you can do it. Like, you're in yellow here, you're happy, you're positive, you're feeling good. And you being in this energy allows your twin flame to become unafraid and to take the risk that they want to take, but they're having a difficult time taking. So we're going to end this reading with some things that your twin flame wants you to know and understand. We're going to be using the Twin Flame Messages deck. Some words that they have to say, or some things that they want you to know about everything. Well, they've never forgotten you, even though you think that they have. So there might be times where you think that, you know what, they don't think I'm important. Again, we did get that energy here of secondary, but that's just a fact. That was not a message to tell you that your twin flame doesn't care for you, that you're second on the list of feelings. It's not what I said. This confirms it. Even though you think you're not important to me, even though you think that I have forgotten about you, I haven't. That's what your twin flame is telling you. Even though you think I have forgotten you, I have not. It's just easier right now to stay away. That's it. It's just easier to stay away from you right now. So I did sense this energy for some of you out there that you're in no contact or you're not in connection at all with your partner as they are in another karmic situation. It's just easier right now for them to stay away from you. It's easier for them to basically keep you at bay and not deal with you, and to just kind of stay silent. And they know they screwed things up, and honestly, they have no idea how to fix things right now. So they know that they're screwing up. They know that they need to do certain things, but they still don't have any idea how to fix this all. They want to, but they're lost right now. They're lost. And there's no amount of, there's no amount of work that you can really do in order to change that. And when I say that, I just mean that we're all in control of ourselves. We're not in control of other people's fate and destiny and free will. But the thing is we can certainly inspire people with our energy. We can help people to see the light and to want that for themselves as we shift and change our own energies. So in fact, you can create change through that, but you're not changing people's free will. You're inspiring them to want to change themselves. And that's what that's about. So the more time and energy that you put into positive things for you and staying in the light and being in positive energy, your twin flame may see that and really want to go towards that, especially if they're dealing with a partner who's very cynical, somebody who may be very dark for them, somebody who may not be making them happy. Not all of you are dealing with somebody that's easy to feel compassion for. Some of you are dealing with somebody who you know personally, somebody that you've dealt with face to face, somebody who showed up at your doorstep or sent you messages. So it's been very, combative. Some of you have been dealing with a person that you know is either a narcissist or a psychotic person or whatever, And so it's difficult to have compassion for people like that. So not all of these messages that came through are for every single person out there in every situation. But hopefully somebody got something positive from this. You are dealing with somebody that does care, but when push comes to shove, right now they are not choosing you. They are choosing to stay fearful in their connection and comfortable in their connection because they feel like they need to for survival reasons. And they may know that you're disappointed with them, and so they may be avoiding you. But at the end of the day, they have not forgotten you. It's just easier for them right now to stay away and to not speak or to not choose this connection. Some of them, you may be seeing them and hooking up, and that's just where it stays, and it's not fixing anything. You're second, and it's not evolving. And as long as you're in that lower vibrational energy, it's not going to. So this just hopefully has given you guys some, open your eyes to how you can help the situation. And that is to act with integrity. So that way other people will do the right thing. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.